Yeah. It was only about 3 years ago. I journeyed. I started to get into poetry, writing. I really didn't know what I wanted to do. It really wasn't answered question that like I asked the question and I just had the answer to it. It was more so like, you know, I started to write and I saw what I wrote, and after reading it to myself, I saw it was a poem. I thought, whoa, you know, I always had the ability to write. Been writing for 7 years. 7 years turned into a lot of patience, anxiety, really just waiting because I didn't know it was a skill. Writing to me was just a form of therapy. It was a form of getting frustrations out. It was a form of letting things go. It was a form of talking to yourself, even though I wasn't talking to anyone. My thoughts on paper was just my thoughts. The next thing you know, 3 years ago, I performed the poem and I saw it was an actual piece, and I thought, whoa, this is something's in it. I can do this. And next thing you know, a poet was born. I go by Mark My Words, and I took that from my name, Marcus, part of my name, and I just made Mark My Words, and I call it my words because I just like to think that everything that I write is my words. I don't try to steal from anybody else. You know, I love St. Pete. This is the city I was born in. Love it here. I always thought about just traveling, travel. And I noticed that lots of people come here from all over the place. I've worked in many places and everybody always come here. St. Pete is the place to be. So I figured, why go anywhere else when everybody wants to be here? So I'll stay in St. Pete. It's where I'm from, and I love it. I love this city. Most people ask me, you know, what do you want to be? What are you trying to do with this? I have no real answer to that. I do know that I want to stay put to give back to my community. My community is made me who I am. Revolution keeps stocking their pockets with stockpiles of your stock market's wealth redistribution. It's time for us to stop, lock, and barrel with the stock market's revolution. This is not a call for violence. I just refuse to stand silent in the world that takes my kindness and steps on it like a welcome mat. And if I'm not welcome back after the time I took on this platform to perform this rhyme I put together for you, then I'm okay with that. But for now, let's play treasure map. Because there's something buried in my chest. I take pleasure in getting that, so let's get it out. Spit it out, some would say, so here goes. Dear those of you sidelines, splinter in my hindsight, bottom feeding, screaming from the top of your empty cells while they empty shells on those of us who choose to fight. Always look for the ways to give. Poetry is all of that. Poetry is everything of giving and more. Poetry is essentially you giving yourself, your essence of who you are to the world. Writing, performing. Some got all kinds of dance performance with it. Some even got these, you know, high vibrations of energy, energetic. And some just got the small, quiet, sit there, stand still type of poem. But it touches so many because it goes deep. And when you can write and go deep with your writing, it's like, think of it like going into the ocean. You can go deep down into the ocean and you still probably haven't got to the depths of it yet. And I think of poetry like that. That's what my writing is about. It's about reaching the depths of people's heart, soul, and mind, even body, because I want you to feel. And that's what I try to make sure my poetry is about. I try to make sure my writing is about. My life. I want to give so that you feel what I give.